Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Today we're going to look at how the West is fiddling while the global South and the BRICS nations continue to accumulate real money or gold. So yes, this is an extra video. I did publish the Mike and Mario show earlier this morning, but yes, Billy and I are on our own, so it's very quiet in the house, and we thought we add to the content. So before I look into what's happening in the gold market and the BRICS nations and the global South, I want to look at what it really means, the global South. Well, here's a map, a world map showing a traditional definition of North-South divide. So the red countries are the South and the blue countries are the North. So this isn't really a geographical North and South because Australia wouldn't be a global North, right? This is more to do with NATO, the United States, the G7, the Western countries. So ever since the war in the Ukraine, or if you want to call it the special military operation, I'll be neutral here, started in February this year, there's been a lot of talk about the global South and how even Russia, the Russian Federation, I would say, is now more aligned with the global South. So I would say this map is probably outdated. Russia would have to be red. So we've been hearing, of course, especially last year, that purchases of gold by the global South were at record levels, really, for years. It had been years since they bought so much gold. I think it was even for 50 years. So yesterday I saw this tweet here by Krishnan Gopal, and he, what does he do? Well, he's a senior analyst for Europe and Middle East at the World Gold Council, and this is what he tweeted yesterday. The Reserve Bank of India added 12.5 tons of gold to its reserves in July, the highest monthly purchase since September 2021, when they accumulated 11.7 tons. This lifts total gold reserves to 781.3 metric tons, up 27.2 tons year to date. And then there's another story that came out a day or two before from the same guy, and it's on the World Gold Council website. And he says central bank buying strengthens in June. So the tweet about India was in July. This is about June, published August 2nd, 2022. So let's go through the article. It says, last week we published our updated central bank gold statistics to include data reported for June. This new information shows that central banks added a net 59 tons to global gold reserves during the month. And it was also the first month this year to see no reported sales. That's pretty interesting as well, based on currently available IMF data. So you can see here the net purchases. It's been rising since March, which is quite interesting. So let's continue here. It says the Central Bank of Iraq was the largest producer in June, adding 34 tons to its gold reserves. This is Iraq's first addition since September 2018, when they bought 7 tons, and lifts total gold reserves to 130 tons, 11% of total reserves. So I haven't seen anything about Iraq trying to join the BRICS nations. We've seen Iran and other countries, Argentina, Algeria. There's a lot of talk of expanding the BRICS, and I wouldn't be surprised if it expanded to almost the whole of the global South. It's interesting that Iraq is the first time in almost 4 years that they bought gold. And it's like 5 times more than their last purchase in 2018. So it seems significant. And you've got here as well Uzbekistan with 9 tons, Turkey 8 tons, Kazakhstan 4 tons, and India 4 tons. Yes, India did buy quite a bit in July, but this is from June, of course. All regular buyers were the other significant purchases during the month. In all, central bank net purchases for Q2 stand at 180 tons, pushing first half total to 270 tons, as reported in our recently published gold demand trends. This is a continuation of the strong buying that we saw last year, and we now expect full year central bank demand for 2022 to be on par with 2021 levels. So people, yes, they're not buying Bitcoin, they're buying real money, gold. And that's why, yes, I'm trying as hard as I can to accumulate more gold and silver as well, of course. And it's tough, of course, because yes, the prices have come off, but the premiums are very high. And it's always difficult to have extra fiat in your bank account at the end of the month, especially with the cost of living rising, your expenses rise. But yes, we just have to tighten our belts to make sure we have gold reserves, just like these countries. And of course, the West, we have seen Ireland, for example, they bought some gold recently, and Poland. But when was the last time you heard that the UK or the US or France or Germany were buying gold? I mean, our political and financial leaders have no interest. They think that gold is, well, a barbarous relic, while the rest of the world, the countries that have been under the thumb of the global north, they're starting to realize if they're going to be self-reliant, independent, and sovereign, they have to have real money. And it's the same thing for us individuals. We have to, first try to get out of debt as much as possible, and then try to have a roof over our heads and have our spiritual house in order as well, and then try to accumulate some reserves, just like the central banks, I would say. So I will be making, of course, my live stream tomorrow night at 9 p.m. London. Yes, I wish you all a great rest of the weekend. Take care. Bye.